Right, Kendra. So we're at the end. There's some key questions I want to chat to you about. So I want to know from you, who was the biggest snake of the season?
Kind of controversial, but I kind of think Paige a little bit.
You think
a
Paige
tiny
is the
bit,
snake?
yeah. I just think she acted really differently between, like, with the girls and the boys.
Yeah.
Like, there was certain situations where she would kind of act a certain way with the boys,
Honey
and
buns.
and then go back to the girls and be like, oh, I can't believe they did that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like her relationship with Dami, I know they're really good friends, and she said it on After
Yeah.
Sun last night. She was like, "Oh my God, no way! There's no romance
Yeah.
there," kind of thing. But I think she has had some moments where it's been a little bit bitchy.
No, I actually thought she was slightly snaky when the Jay situation happened. Remember when Jax was like,
Yeah.
oh, she said she doesn't want to get to know him, and then she was like to Jay, yeah, I'll get to know you. I was a bit like, wait, what is it? For me, I have to say the biggest snake I think is Luca. I'm not a fan of Luca at all. I think he really got the guys going in Casa Amor. He was basically what Jake was like last year, really egging people on. So he could stay out of trouble. He looked good. And then Dami as well. And I just felt Luca has been so unreasonably mean to Tasha. It just went on too long.
Yeah, I hated
And
that.
I also think the producers were forced to step in to make Luca look better. And every time there's like the recoupling or the public vote, you can see he's so smug. He's like, me and Gemma got this.
Yeah.
You don't got this. I don't think you
Even
do.
the way he was with the whole least compatible vote, like they have to pick
Yeah, get
someone.
over
Like
it,
get
mate.
over
This
it.
is
He
a
was like,
show.
"Oh, I'm going to be asking people about this."
Luca
I thought
wasn't
that was
my
ridiculous.
favorite. Now I did think Jax was a snake as well during his time. Like you remember when he pulled her in the middle of the night, that really cute scene where they were on the steps. I did think it was a bit manipulative that he just really didn't want Paige to pick Jay. So I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but he redeemed himself when he was bawling his eyes out. I suppose we all felt bad for
You're like,
him.
I feel bad for you.
Who do you think is going to last on the outside? This doesn't mean who's going to win tonight, but who do you think is going to actually make it?
I think out of all of them, and I love Davide and Ekin-Su, I do think they're going to last a good while. But I think the outside world is going to be really different for them. And I think they kind of love the drama of being on a TV show. I think Ekin definitely does,
They'll
which
be
isn't a
on
bad
they'll be
thing.
on a TV show next week.
Yeah.
Like, ITV probably have them
Well,
up
yeah, like they could get a
already.
spin-off show kind of thing. But I think genuinely who will last the longest is Tasha and Andrew.
You really think?
Yeah, I really think that they are like absolutely mad about each other. Loved their Kardashian-inspired date.
Oh my God,
You know,
Travis
I'm
Scott
I'm
and
obsessed
Kourtney
with the
Kardashian.
So I think they're probably going to last
Yeah.
the longest. Gemma and Luca.
You know, it's funny because I think
wouldn't-
Gemma and
I
Luca have
wouldn't
kind
be
of
sure.
been portrayed as like the Molly, May and Tommy of the season, but like I don't think they're going to last either. I don't know if Michael Owen's going to like Luca. And the foot fetish. Now I know Finn, you had one as well, so I don't want to be pointing fingers. But like, there's just a few things about him. I'm like, I have a bit of the ick with him now, bit of the ick with Luca. And now, in fairness, Gemma's mum did seem to like him though, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. But I think, I don't think she would come in and be like, I hate you, kind of thing.
Unlike
But-
Paige's mum.
Yeah, and she was very much, Gemma was like, I need to get my mum's approval.
Yeah.
And I think maybe she probably feels a certain way now. She's like, okay, my mum obviously likes him, so maybe she's kind of like, okay, this is actually going to happen in the outside world. But I don't know how long they'll last. So, yeah.
Next question, who's the one that got away? As in, who do you think really should have stayed, should maybe be at the final, who left too early?
I felt so bad for Antigone when she was kicked off. I think she was very... it was
big
too
personality.
soon for her, and I think she was a really good personality, and she obviously got on well with a lot of people in the villa, and people seemed really shocked when she was voted out. So I think Jay, I'm so confused how he didn't actually get a connection with anyone. I know he ended up kind of with China, and then he was like, we're just mates. She was like,
He was just
"Right,
mates with
cheers."
everyone. Who was the guy last season that was the exact same? Liberty, you'll know this name.
Oh, Hugo.
Hugo! It's like, do you know you're on Love Island?
Yeah.
Like that's, in fairness to Jay now, the whole crawling debacle with Ekin-Su.
That was brilliant.
I do think that was one of my highlights of the season. I think when he came in, he did actually really like Ekin, and it just took over his kind of...
He just couldn't
his
compete with
journey.
Davide.
But I'm interested to see if he slides into DMs and gets with someone good now.
I mean, like, he's gorgeous, so like he's hardly gonna...
Maybe call him
like
Kendra.
struggle. Yeah, like
I also really liked Deji. I
Yeah,
thought
I
he was
loved
really funny.
Deji.
And I have such a soft spot for Danica, but I'm glad she left with Jamie.
She's the HR manager of Love Island.
Yeah, she was telling everyone what she all the time, but
she
I
was
loved
handing out
her.
P45s, like she was great. I loved
Now
her.
this is a good question. They've removed so many challenges from over the year. What's the one you think they should bring back?
The lie detector.
The lie detector.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I do agree that the tweet challenge and the
bit
headlines
harsh.
challenge is too mean, and it really plays on their emotions. Now, the lie detector one, maybe some of the questions that they're asked are a bit too much.
Yeah.
But I think that they could bring it back in a different way.
Like, I remember the season with Danny Dyer in there, and they basically asked, is Jack with you because your dad's famous? And he was like, no. And he was like, like the drama that caused. I also noticed they didn't use the postcard this year.
Yeah. What's the story with that?
Postcard.
And a lot of the challenges were like really sexual.
Yeah,
like it was all just
sexual.
them it was like a striptease. There was no like real funny ones.
Yeah. So lie detector test, that's the one that you want to see back. I'd like to see the postcard back next year.
Justice for the postcard.
Just for the postcard. And then who has been your favourite contestant overall? One person that genuinely you just think the season wouldn't have been the same without them.
Ekin-Su.
Ekin-Su.
Like, sorry, whatever producer found her, like they need to be made like the head of ITV or something. Like they deserve a promotion or a raise. She's
an actress and a singer from Turkey. Like she actually is well known there.
Yeah.
So she had about 200,000 followers going in, so did Gemma, but they now have 1.4 and 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Like they're the two
Ekin
stars.
was the first one to get to 1 million. From this series, so
Ekin
that kind of speaks for itself.
She's been my favourite character as well, just from the crawling to the secret, like everything she did. She played the game so well. She shouted when she needed to. She was quiet when she needed to. I thought she was brilliant. Who do you think played the biggest game?
I mean, in a way, I think Luca kind of knew what he was doing once he found out that, because we all know, because remember we were all confused. We were like, do the Islanders know that Michael Owen is Gemma's dad for ages? But they actually did find out like a while before, but they just didn't show it. And then they kind of randomly showed it. Like someone was like, oh, do you know David Beckham's kids? She was like, yeah, I went to nursery with them. Everyone was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I think he was definitely very tactical. I think Ekin actually played the biggest game, but I respect her,
like you respect
it's in a good way.
Yeah.
I think her and Davide genuinely are madly in love with each other.
Yeah.
Those tears were real. And then, so before we go into who we think are going to win, what do you think was the biggest scandal of this season? Because there was a few.
The biggest scandal, obviously Jack's leaving. Like that was kind of a big thing in terms of like on the site and stuff. Like that was when everything was like huge. Yeah. I remember the email coming in from ITV and it was like, Jax has left the villa. I was like, what?
Well, I remember
like,
you all screaming in the office and I was like, I wonder if Jax has left. I literally knew straight away.
Yeah.
For me, I think it has to be Tickgate still.
I know, yeah.
I just can't cope with that. Got included and it's become a meme. It's going to last forever. It's just one of those key moments. Coco's going to dine out in that for the next like 10 years. Right, so we're getting to the end now, so I want to ask you two questions. Number one, who will win and who should win? If it's the same answer, that's fine.
I think Davide and Ekin-Su should win, and I think they will win. Yeah. And I think Dami and India are going to come second.
Okay.
And then I would love to see Tasha and Andrew come third.
I can't wait to see Luca's face when he's not in the top three, lads.
I know.
He's not going to
He's going to be like to Laura Whitmore. He'd be like, what the hell?
Recount.
She's like, sorry.
I agree with you. I think Ekin and Davide. Are we all going to say Ekin and Davide? Yeah, we're all team Ekin and Davide. Right, well, that's it from us tonight, guys. Thanks again to Sheen Ireland, who are sponsors tonight. Use the code GOSS15 until the 5th of August. Thank you so much to our amazing guests tonight, and thank you so much to the live audience, and applause for yourself as well. And that's it from us. Thanks so much, guys.